Welcome back to Mrs. Ballow's Messy Desk. For those of you who don't know me, I am Mrs. Ballow, the art teacher over at Shady Oak Primary School in Richmond, Texas. And I am recording these videos so that you guys can have something fun to do while we're kind of stuck at home so we don't go stir crazy. This week I decided to do a little bit of drawing and photography. And we are going to do a challenge called Pencil versus Camera. Pencil versus Camera is an art form that was created in 2010 by Belgian artist Ben Heine. And it takes images such as perhaps this stack of cookies that I found in a magazine. I turned it upside down and it turns images like this into crazy images like that. That's Bartholomew doing his Nebraska Bartholomew. Indiana Jones, Bartholomew Jones? I don't know. Anyway, he's doing his Indiana Jones impression by running from a giant boulder who is on these stacks of cookies or rocks, whatever they are. Anyway, so let's learn a little bit about Ben Heine from his own words and see some of his images. And so you can kind of get your juices flowing. And then we'll talk more about the challenge. I thought I'd tell you a little bit about the artist that inspired this week's challenge. His name is Ben Heine, and he is a multimedia artist. He draws, he paints, he composes music. This is his website, and this is the Pencil versus Camera tab, where he's got many of his images that you can go browse and see. I thought I would show you stuff that he did, and why don't we just hear from him a little bit in this video right here.
Hello dear friends, I make this video to celebrate the 10-year anniversary of my pencil versus camera concept. In this series, I created almost 200 images. It represents 5,000 hours of work. So it's a lot of work and sacrifices, but it was so much pleasure. So in this video, you will see the original image and its final version with a creative drawing. I am the inventor of this concept, which I launched in April 2010. In each of these images, I tried to convey a poetic message. So I captured the photo and created the drawing for each of these artwork. This concept is now used in many schools around the world. I collaborate with each one of these schools. I also created the music especially for this video. It's a personal piano composition. I really hope you like it. I invite you to subscribe to my page, to like this video and share it. Please stay in touch. Bye bye and thank you very much.
So instead of looking through the rest of the video, I thought I'd just show you a couple of really cool images. So his sketches can range from being very simple to way more complex. This one has a lot of shading in the background, looking for maybe ladders up into the clouds to dreamland perhaps. This is a simple sketch of Mario running through the city, but it doesn't have to be Mario. It could be a T-Rex running through the city, or it could be the city made of chocolate and cupcakes, or it could be the city as a giant dance party. I think he thought that maybe it had looked like speaker stacks. It could be the city looks like Tetris. He said in a little bit of an interview that when he was looking at the shapes of the buildings, it looked like a Tetris game. This little dude needs to get out of the way before he gets really squished. You can also add things to your photos that never could have existed. I don't think there was a little boy in this one, but when he looked at this image, he thought of perhaps, a kid flying a kite, or what would the kite look like? It'd be fantastic. So it doesn't even have to exist. Maybe like even this image of clouds, and I think this is a composite image that was photoshopped. However, what would this person be doing in the clouds? This image, if you look in the background, there's just sand in the background, and so he's incorporated these kind of sand bubbles. I think it's probably balls of dirt. Anyway, there's people digging. So this background just was random. So the image that you create doesn't even have to have anything to do with the background. And this kind of reminds me of the little blurb characters that we made. This was a friend that he drew and then put it in the scene. You can also use this method to augment your images or to say something about yourself. I'm not sure if that is Mr. Heine, but it's a dude with a camera, and the camera, I'm guessing, sees all these things. Perhaps like, what was this guy looking at? What has he seen through his camera? Perhaps this one is, what are these thoughts that is in this man's head? It could be anybody's head. It could be your head, but what thoughts are in the head? And he's drawn all these things up here, and this one's in great detail. You can see all the shading that's going on up here. This is a statement, I'm guessing. I didn't ask the artist, but it looks to me as if he has taken his BlackBerry, which is an old cell phone, y'all, and locked it up, maybe, and thrown away the key. I know, ask your parents, sometimes they wish that somebody would do that with their phone. And then he even used this idea to advertise his new website, which is benheine.com. If you're interested, go with your parents and check it out. He just kind of did this cute little drawing and stuck it up in front of a computer as an advertisement. So there's lots of different ways you can use the images. Are you ready to dig into this week's art challenge? You only need a few simple things: a magazine or some family photos, a pencil, perhaps some scissors, tape, but mostly just an image and a pencil. That's all you need. Your challenge this week is to create an original pencil versus camera drawing in the style of artist Ben Heine. And you can use magazine images that you have pulled out of the recycle bin. Or you can draw images into your family photos, perhaps like these. You can take your own images and add to them. You can also do some funny stuff, like replace someone's head with a character like this. However you choose to make your pencil versus camera image, I know they're going to be great. If you are a Shady Oak artling, you can text, email, make a Flipgrid, do all the usual things to get your images to me. If you're not a Shady Oak artling, you can still participate. You can tag me at the Art and Makerspace on Facebook and Instagram. You can also use the hashtag pencil versus camera. There's lots of stuff out there. Or sketch versus camera, hashtag sketch versus camera. You can search for images and inspiration on Pinterest, on the internet. Go wild, make some crazy drawings. I would love to see what's running around in your little heads. If you want to see some ideas and more photographs of how I did this, go ahead and keep watching. I have a short video of how I did the Nebraska Bartholomew. No, still don't like that. Bartholomew Jones running down the stack of cookies. I have a work in progress of that one, so you guys can watch me do it. But if you don't want any more instruction, you think you've got this, get out of here. Go, goodbye. You guys are really creative. I can't wait to see what you come up with. I'm going to draw pictures out of these two magazines I got in the mail, Yeti Catalog, and then an H.E. Butt Foundation magazine. I'll show you which ones I decided to do. So this picture of these people looking up and swimming, I decided would be way much more interesting if instead of swimming, they were looking up at a UFO. And my UFO is being driven by Bartholomew, and it's a cheeseburger UFO because why not? You'll notice that I started sketching in blue, and my sketch was a little too close to the mountain, so I scooted it up. But if I wanted to, I could go in and trace this again, and all the blue would go away. But that was the image I chose for that one. And then this picture right here of this little boy hanging from a tree, I thought would be infinitely more interesting if instead of a little boy, it was a shark hanging from a tree. Why a shark? I don't know, because a shark. Yeah, that's why. So in my Yeti magazine, there is this guy surfing this huge wave, And I wanted to know maybe what was behind him. He was about to go hit Bartholomew in a submarine with a bunch of jellyfish and some fish, and he's got a hot dog submarine because he had a hamburger UFO, and so that's a piece of Swiss cheese right there. I didn't color it, but that's kind of like X-ray vision into what's underneath the wave that this guy's surfing. And then the last one that I did was this picture right here. These folks are looking out onto this beautiful wave, and I thought it would be way more interesting if instead of just a wave there was a Viking ship. And so I drew a Viking ship out there in the distance for them to look at, because why not? Yeah, there you go. So those are my examples of pencil versus camera. Right, Mrs. Bellow's kid is going to help us see how this is somewhat difficult to replace someone's head. Somewhat. Oh, good grief. All right. So Bartholomew's kind of hard because his body is really wide, so I have to get it on her shoulders. So I gotta hold my arm way out, but there you go. I could take a picture there. All right, let's see. Shall we get in the silks? All right, get yourself situated. All right, now she's upside down. This'll work. Okay, so I gotta have a longer arm, and yeah. But anyway, so there's Bartholomew's head. I could have taken a picture there. All right, and what should we do? Maybe lay on the ground. What do you think?
Sure.
All right, get out of there. All right, lay on the ground. Let's see if Bartholomew was hanging out. Got her feet up, and again having to get the angle just right. Put your feet down, because now your feet are, I don't know, whatever, kind of, yeah. And again, my arm is not quite long enough. Do like, oh my god, wiggly, stop it. Give me like an okay sign or something. Yeah, that'll work. Cool. All right, that's how you replace someone's head with a piece of paper. So this is my couch, or one of them, and I thought I would put Bartholomew sleeping on the couch, but it becomes quite difficult because if you don't do it well, you can see the back of my couch is going in and out of focus. And so if I had it bigger and held it farther, it would work, but now he's way too small. So I drew him too little to make it work. So this is the hardest way to do it. The easier way to do it is with a picture on a picture, a drawing on a picture, because this, I'm just going to leave this to the pros. I'm not going to mess with it anymore. So now that you've got the idea, I thought I would show you one in progress. So as I was flipping through this magazine, looking for images to do, I found this one, which was a stack of cookies. And I started thinking, what does that look like? And then I turned it upside down, and it kind of reminded me of that scene in Indiana Jones where he's running down the tunnel with the big rock behind him. And I thought of these perhaps as like falling pillars. And so I decided to try that. And I've got kind of a storyboard. I've got some toppled, I started it a little bit, got some toppled cookies here, and Bartholomew is running for his life. There's the big ball, he's in a cave. So I thought I would put that down and start drawing it for you guys, just to kind of show you the process. There's my sketch. I'm going to come back in here with my graphite pencil that I like so much. Let me go sharpen it. Ah, much better. And I'm going to come in here and darken some of these lines that I've sketched. Got Bartholomew's running. He's got his Indiana Jones type hat and he looks pretty scared. So let's go. I think that's good. I think that's good. That gives me the idea of what's going on. This big ball is chasing him. I'm going to erase some of my lines. I apologize already for the very shaky camera. There you have it. Bartholomew is being chased, or he's running down the hallway. After being an adventurer, he's being followed by this giant ball that I could probably go back in and make a little bit more rocky, but we get it. And to finish off this drawing, I will tear around the edges to kind of make the scene look as if it's part of the magazine. And then when I put it in here, it's not going to line up exactly, but it'll be close enough. And I can put it wherever I want. It can go way down here too. Give me enough magazine to go with. And there's my drawing in progress. Bartholomew running down a stack of macaron cookies, or whatever those things are. Well, that's it for this week's Mrs. Ballow's Messy Desk. My desk is actually kind of clean this week. It's crazy. I spent some time yesterday cleaning it off. Till next week, do some drawings. Give them to me. Put them on social media. I would love to see what you've created. And next week, maybe we'll do some more photography. I might be getting tired of drawing. We'll see. Tune in next week, and you'll see too. Bye-bye. My hair's getting, I need more color in my hair. What is that on my camera? Nope, 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 nope. What's on Mrs. Ballow's messy computer? Well, there's a sticker that says it smells like someone arted. And weapons of mass creation, along with Bartholomew, and my pink-haired pretzel hatchet. There's a story behind that. You won't get it this week. Maybe next week.